Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thursday, the 11th of September. So we'll go through a little bit of the data today. So long to short ratio, this is good. We're back down at 52.65% longs in the market. It's coming down. It's about 1.1. Pretty normal ever since yesterday, 5 p.m. So about 16 hours ago. Came back down to 52% long, 47% short. This is good. Seeing shorts come back into the market on this grind up move. Main volume area point of control is about 111k, 111.1, which is also very interesting to see. We'll just keep that in mind for when we look in the charts. Liquidity, we've got a lot of stuff stacking above us. This short liquidity can take us all the way back up to pretty much 119k. Obviously to the downside, we've got some thin stuff, which thins out about 111, and then underneath 111, we've got all the liquidations. Basically under the volume area of 111 that we just looked at, is a ton of long liquidations. Slightly higher time frame. We'll look at the 1 week and the 2 week. Pretty similar story. Underneath 111k. 111k is actually a dead zone for liquidations, and it's also the volume area on the VPVR. So very interesting how that lines up. I think if we did get a retest of 111k, it might stop and have a bounce if we do get back down there, and then we'll see if we get a higher low from 114 or we keep going up. But anyway, watch out for the liquidations underneath 111k as well. And we do have the dead zone at 111 in the volume area. It's quite interesting how that stuff lines up. Long to short ratio, this is getting quite close to crossing. We're getting very, very close to 50-50. If we go on the hourly, yep, getting very close. Quite a normal long to short ratio now. And yeah, it's actually weird to see that top traders and retail are trading quite in tandem at the moment. So yeah, we're seeing some shorts re-enter the market, which is nice. Max pain for shorts is 115, so it's actually quite close. What are we at now? Oh, sorry. Yeah, short max pain is at 115.2. This is the whole month chart as well. Longs max pain is at 109, so basically underneath these liquidations, and shorts are pretty much just above these liquidations. So yep, and then of course the big CPI, we got the Fed interest rate decision, right? All that jazz today, one hour before the market opens. Expect high volatility today, and for it to kind of tail off tomorrow. So yeah, we might see a Darth Maul candle in a few hours with just like extreme wicks. So yeah, be careful if you're taking any new positions today. Of course, if you have a plan, trade your plan. And other than that, we will go to the charts. So can everyone see that? Is my screen? Yes. Nice. Nice. Okay, perfect. Bitcoin update. We do actually have something to update you guys on today. So yeah. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. We do finally have the big daily candle close above 112.5. This is a confirmed trend change on the daily time frame. So this is really good. We've now got the confirmed trend change. Yeah, very good to see. Regain the highs, regain the lows. Nice close above. Potentially could come down for a little retest and then a chug up into August. Generally, I do think we're going to go test 117k. Around this area is going to be the next area to test, somewhere around 117. Might stop a little bit short, might go a little bit further. And then obviously 119, 120 is going to be the next targets for me on the old Bitcoin. But to be honest, I just hope Bitcoin does something like this for a while. You know, just do some weird like consolidation and, you know, just hang around in this general area for a while. so we can let altcoins do their thing, which is definitely more interesting at this moment in time than anything else. We'll have a little look at the totals. Yeah, total. I mean, let's actually look at total 2. Total 2 is going to be an interesting weekly close at the end of this week. We want to close above 1.61, 1.6 on the weekly time frame. A close above 1.64 would be extremely good. We have printed the overbought signal on the weekly time frame, but it doesn't have to play out just yet. We could see a little bit more of a pump before it comes back down. This that I've got on is the previous weekly all-time high swing. It's not the all-time high though. The all-time high sits at about 1.7, so the wicks that we put in a couple weeks ago in August. Total 3, again, this is looking very, very good because we did get a sneaky close last week above, and we have bullishly backtested, and we're getting a nice weekly candle, this weekly candle as well. So others also looking quite good, coming up to a little bit of resistance around the yearly open, but I just think this is going to potentially continue up like that. So yeah, if Bitcoin can go sideways, we're going to see a nice little alt run. Good. Bitcoin DOM still potentially at support, but definitely not doing anything to break its structure. This is still looking pretty bearish, and we want this to continue going down into the support around 56-57%. Anyway, not really too much to say on Bitcoin DOM. We should probably just look at that once a week on Monday and just leave it out for the rest of the week. Yeah, nothing really to say on the US, on the S&P and the Nasdaq. ETH Bitcoin still looking fine. Potentially just in a bit consolidation into support. Anyway, we're seeing daily momentum really come down as we're not really breaking too much down in price, which is really nice to see. If we can do something like this, it's gonna look really good. Anyway, we could come all the way down and test the yearly open as well on ETH Bitcoin, which would be fine. ETH holding a lot of support. We've actually printed some hidden bullish divergence on the daily time frame. That's really nice. Let's actually just look at the daily quickly. Look at the combination bands. We'll also look at retail stablecoin demand. Yep, hidden bullish divergence along support, holding nice. Cash flow coming back in on the daily time frame with a trend change on this daily candle. This is good. If we can close above September on the daily, it's going to be looking amazing. 4-hour combination bands getting quite tight. We do have the top one around the resistance point of 4480, 4490. To the downside, this has been going completely straight for a while as well, and we have a bullish backtest at the weekly open, so we want to see this do something like that and start to break out. Anyway, looks really good. Yeah, nothing really too much to say on ETH. That yeah, looks fine. Looks like a continuation for now. Sol looking really good, coming up into 230, 240. Again, this is just grinding up. If anyone's not in a long, you've kind of really missed it unless you get a little bit of a pullback today from the interest rate decision. If you get something like that, then this will be a long. Again, if there could be some potential longs holding support in here. You don't really want to break 214, 215, that sort of area. But again, it's looking quite good up until proven otherwise. Slightly higher time frame. We're getting into the overbought area. I do think if we get up to sort of like February, December, we're going to be looking at a little bit of a pullback. But my target for this will be 250. Sell a bit of spot, get in a bit of cash, stay a bit liquid. Obviously, I'm not going to sell all my spot positions or all my positions, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. In terms of the larger market, we could obviously go through some of the other coins, but is anyone want to look at anything in particular? Or just do the usual Doge, Fart, Hype, Sui, you know, AVAX. Oh, okay. One thing that I was looking at yesterday is I have been talking about this daily AVAX chart for probably the whole of August now. Well, maybe the last 3-4 weeks, probably since here, around there. Finally got the breakout. When we get the retest, hopefully, around the interest rate decisions, we just see some like really nasty wick back test, and then do something like that. This is a very, very, very clear breakout, and I don't think this is going to stop until we get to $35-ish. So yeah, gonna be a nice move. I've been talking about this for a while. You might get a chance to get back in because it's the whole interest rate stuff, and it does look like we're locally kind of failing if we can't gain this daily open. We've also got one wick into the 4-hour combination band. If we can't gain this, we're going to come back towards 20, 25, $26 ish. We also have the opportunity, the chance to like bullishly hold Q4, but we'll have to see. If we get like a nice sort of like something like this, I'll potentially long this area for higher. Yes, it's looking good though. We've been talking about this for a long, long, long while, and yeah, sorry, confirmed breakout. You can just see it very clearly. Very nice, very, very nice. My current list: Hyper, RV, AVAX, Morpho, ETH. Stops at break even. Are you in a short on AVAX? Okay. Stops at break even though. I see you. Where are you in from? 29.5. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just the daily open. Yeah, if you gain that daily open, you're going to start blasting, but I think it's just going to bear it. At this moment in time, it's probably going to bearish retest and then come a bit down. I'm hoping for some really like crazy, like something like this, and then it just wicks and goes like that. That would be super, super bullish, especially if the interest rate decision, obviously they're probably going to cut rates. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking very good. Let's have a look at hype. Yeah, I've sold some of my hype position. So had some longs. My 3x hyperliquid long is from around here. I just took a little bit of profit up here, about 54, 55. That was one of my profit targets. My other long was about 38, 39 from here. I've closed that whole thing out now because I'm happy with the profits on that one, and I've still got obviously like I got a bit of spot. I got my 3x cross, which is also I'm treating as spot as well. So I've got enough longs on from down here to happily take profit in this area. And if we get any retests in between the weekly open at September, I will gladly relong this. Could also just come down and retest like 48, 49 and then keep going. But yeah, I am expecting a little bit of a pullback here. But again, hype, probably my favorite coin this cycle. It's been really good. It's been really fun to trade. It's been really easy. Everyone deserves a little bit of hype in their life. And yeah, nothing really too much to say on that. Just other than we might get a little bit something like this. Bearish retest, back down into the weekly open, which is untested. This whole area here is forbidding until we lose something like September. And even then we could wick down into this this overlapping support because of the interest rate decision. So, and it would be fine. Per, which is obviously like the hyperliquid meme coin. Yeah, I took some nice profit on Per. I had some sell orders in between 205 and sort of like 22. I just had a few orders like stacked in here. I'm probably out about 50% of my original position, just because my entry price wasn't the best. I did accumulate quite a decent amount here. I accumulated some on this higher low here, so my entry price is probably around the weekly open. And the reason why I'm out 50%, I probably could take the whole thing, but I just don't really want to, is that if we do a nice retest of this area, I want to relong, and I don't want to leave too much profits on the table. So I'm out a really big chunk of this, probably about 50%, and yeah, it's really nice. Good profit. Just been profit taking this week, to be honest, on already existing positions. And you know, if we get some nice retests, I will be relonging a lot of stuff. Fartcoin, yeah, quite sad about this. Got stopped out, but anyway, the trade plan was fine, and I didn't want to take any risk But yeah, in hindsight, could have just left my stop loss under this low. But anyway, then I would have probably been in a loss. Anyway, this is looking really good. We've gained this high, gaining the structure right up into Feb. Probably going to squeeze a little bit higher into the yearly open, or we're going to see a bit of a pullback. Any pullbacks now are just good to long. That's how you should be looking at this market until we start losing stuff on the daily, until we start losing these lows, until we start losing weekly opens Septembers. You have really nothing to worry about yet. Big close here, above 8.5 yesterday. So the trend change was not confirmed on this candle until the next candle yesterday closed here. So nice close above, changing the trend. Could definitely see some pullbacks down into support, and we will be relonging. Anyway, what else have we got? What's Pepe doing? Again, trend change on Pepe. Bullish back test. It's looking quite good. Yeah, this looks like it kind of wants to grind a little bit higher, but it obviously might get some wicks down on the lower time frames just because of the volatility that is going to be today. Although this chart does look quite good, we do have some highs sort of like around here. Oops. Around this area that have been retested quite nicely. These been retested. We're testing that high now. Looks quite good. We're above the Q4. Potentially, like if we didn't have a lot of volatility today, I would say this wants to just squeeze up into June. But anyway, we'll see what happens today. I'm not really too keen on taking new positions, just because it's going to be a bit hectic. But yeah, Sui again, trend change. Closed a nice daily candle above there yesterday. It was looking a little bit rough because of this daily candle. We had a big wick up into August and then a close below. So it was looking a little bit worrying. But we just pumped straight off December and closed that candle out really bullishly yesterday. Very, very good to see. We've got the daily combination band coming in around the yearly open. So that's going to be my next target for the upside on Sui. In the near term, again, we've gained August. Looks really good. Could see a little bit of volatility. We are kind of slightly bearishly diverging on the 4-hour time frame. We're in the overbought category. You could see maybe like a wick up into the interest rate decision, and then something like this back down into support would be fine. Again, anything's good to long when we come back down into support. And I would recommend maybe having some stink bids in today. Round at the lows, probably somewhere in this area, just in case we do something like really nasty like that. Definitely still on the cards. We'll have to see how it goes today. I've still got some orders set quite like at the lows. Obviously super low leverage. I don't really want to be caught in some like really nasty 5x position, like, but yeah, I think it's definitely worth having some stink bids in today. Doge, we've also been talking about this one for a while. Looks to be breaking out. Did a really nice close yesterday above here. Is that a sneaky close? Yeah, it's a very, very sneaky close above. I have to zoom all the way in so you can see. Yeah, very, very sneaky close. Bullish back test on this daily open so far. It's looking quite good. At some point, I do think we will get the weekly open retest. So do not FOMO right now, especially not today. Just be patient. Once we come up and hit resistance around 275, I do think we will bullishly retest either 245 or somewhere in the weekly open in here where there will be a nice bullish do from there to there. But anyway, just looks good, doesn't it? Just looks great. I've also been talking about this Doge chart since probably 3 weeks as well. So very, very good. Very, very good. Very, very nice. We'll have a quick look at Tau. This seems to be the deviation like we said. Getting levels going higher. Next resistance are around 372. Yeah, we've got the EMA ribbon. This is arcing up into May, August. If we can get something like this, that'll be looking really, really good. Again, also, if we get a blast straight up into this resistance where the daily combination man is, then we could bullishly backtest this. That would also be really good. bang. It's just looking good, guys. It's looking really good. Injective. Couple nice closers. Let's put that up there. Actually, we don't even. The move's probably not even done, so I don't want to draw any fibs right now. Bullish back test. This looks good. Couple 4-hour candles above the high. It actually looks good. So if I don't want to base my analysis off the interest rate decision, but what we do have here is we basically have. Wow, that's not on right. Excuse me, sir. Gain of this high here, a back test of it, up, new high, few closes above here, managed to gain it, then we're looking to basically bullish back test these daily opens. If you lose this low here, you're going to come back down for something like this, bearish retest, back down into May, March and August, somewhere in there. Other than that, as of right now, it does look really good. If you hold, like, let's call it just $14 somewhere in here, you're potentially going to squeeze up a little bit higher into 14.5-ish. But anyway, this could just do something like that. And then, yeah, after the interest, something like that. That'd be fine as well. Looking good, looking good. Let's have a look at the old pop cat. Again, probably similar. Done a nice little gain. We're actually at the level. We've done some nice lower time frame gains from here. Some nice back tests. I think that's a 4-hour swing, so I'm going to just leave that on there. Yeah. Done some nice bullish back tests. Currently in the big one to gain, which is this. Whoops, that's a horrible circle. Big one to gain, which is this. You know, looking for a pop into the Q3, to be honest, on this. Nothing too much to say. What I have found is if you go on Hyperliquid and you draw daily. So what I was doing in Japan is, because I didn't have that much time in the charts, I was basically just going on Hyperliquid, going on 2x cross, and basically pulling a fib on the daily time frame and just being like, okay, I'm going to bid the 786 in between the 886. This, as just a loose strategy, is very good if you're more of a long-term trader. So it's pretty tried and tested, and that looks like it's going to be a good long on the 786 today, or this time around. Hyper, Arve, AVAX, Morpho. So we'll do Arve and Morpho, and then yeah, those students need to start a revolution. This is showing strength of the youth of America and try to silence the loudest voices. Sad. Yeah, it was very sad. God, I bet the farm on Hype. Yeah, that was a good bet. Did you go in at like $9, $10? I was a bit too much of a pussy there because my buy price was like 15, 40, in between 14 and 16. I was like, let me just wait and see some strength, and then it just went. But anyway, 20 to 9, yeah, it's good. Arve seems to be kind of just consolidating quite nicely. We are underneath the yearly open, so I would like to see a little bit more strength in this chart, or something sort of towards the Q3. We do have a nice bullish Stuba from here to here, so I would put that on your chart. And we are dancing around the 786 as of right now on this 4-hour. So watch the 4-hour. We've regained. Whoops. We've regained this, which is good. Bro, stop. Okay, I've got my ray on. We've regained this, which is really good. Now we do not want to lose basically just this daily open here. We don't want to lose that. If we lose that, we're going to go all the way down to the Q3. Potentially the AA6 might hold, but yeah, it's actually looking quite good. Maybe for a little bit of a scaling between the weekly open and the daily open. The reason I say that, I know I said don't take any new positions on a day like today, but the reason why this looks relatively quite good is because I can see that the risk is quite tight. So you're basically trying to long this area, and you don't want to lose this low. If you lose that low, it's done. So you could potentially catch something quite low, and yeah, your stop could be somewhere in here, which you might get tagged on a day like today. You might get whipped out. So just keep that in mind. I don't think I'll be taking it, just because there will be intense volatility, and it could just like wick like that and then get brought back up like that. But yeah, that definitely is something that is quite interesting. Again, lose this low and it's gonna go down, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Morpho. This it just looks it looks okay. The weekly open is definitely something that we want to hold. We're gaining the EMA, that's okay, it's nice. 4 hour, still got room to run. This is probably going to grind up a little bit further, sort of something like that, and then maybe see some sort of wick or retest. But again, you're probably looking for a bounce here, as long as you can hold September, the weekly open, that area. And then there is a bearish tuber somewhere up here. Whoops. Somewhere in this area. Looks fine, guys. Looks good. Render doing quite well. Yep, closing out some new highs. It's fine. Looks a little bit sort of like, looks a little bit toppy, but also, yeah, we have gained some nice levels. So just hold this area and you're potentially just going to go higher. Nothing too bad. I would like to see a little bit of a back test and then like a strong bounce and a new higher. That'd be super, super bullish. But conversely, if we just grind straight up, it's also good for me as well. So yeah, that's about it. Turbo. There's a couple sneaky closes above here, which is good. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Again, what I want to see on this interest rate decision day is I want to see like some big wicks down in here, and then like that after. And yeah, this is going to be the good area to long in this area. But yes, apart from that, that's about it of all I've got to talk about. Anyone feel free to put something else in. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting day today. It's kind of just one where I'm probably going to be watching from the sidelines and not really doing too much. I'm just going to wait for it to play out. I'm actually